Welcome to the Kabil Bano program. This is the module on MS Excel. This is lesson 5. In this lesson, we are going to look at briefly at page layout, review, and view. So these are basically very simple features, very simple functionalities. Yet you must know some things about this. So let's first of all go to page layout. Page layout has different features like themes, colors, fonts, text. How you can whenever you're taking a print, what are the margins, what orientation should be there, what size should be there, then different other things. So let's look at each one of these one by one. So let's first of all look at themes. So for example, if you click here and go to home, you can see Calibri, right? Calibri 11. So there is a certain font and there is a certain font type, font size and font type. Even there can be some typical colors as well. So by going to themes, what you're doing is you're exactly, this is a template and you're changing. For example, if we selected that, automatically all the values have changed. Similarly, for colors, we can select any type of colors that we want, any type of fonts. For example, we can have Arial as well. Fine, we can do that. So we can have Franklin Gothic. We can also customize the fonts. Fine. When we talk about margin, orientation, size, print area, breaks, and print tiles here, we are talking about whenever you have to print this particular area, or let's say this area, what would be the margins, what would be the orientation of the paper. For example, margins, when we say what should be the margins, what should be the distance of the printed section from the different margins. If it is normal, from the top it would be 0.75 inches, from the bottom it would be 0.75 inches. So it will go like this. At what position should the header be? So typically this is majorly for printing. So orientation, it could be portrait or landscape. Size, you could take a printout on an A4 paper or an A3 paper. You can also select the print area. So for example, you want to set print area. Fine. So for example, you just select this and you can set print area. So this is the print area for you right now. Fine. You can also add a page break. So for example, currently we have a page break here right now. So let me first of all remove this page break. So let's say that these are two different sets of data. Let's say these are different sets of data for you. Fine. So let's say you have sets of data like this. Fine. It must be into several pages, fine, but you want to make it this one page and the rest the other page. So what you can do is you can insert a page break here. So the page break will be here. So the page break will be here, and from this point onwards it will be some other page, right? So this is how you can insert a page break. Background, you can search pictures online and you can add any background, or you can even choose from a file that you have on your computer. So even that is possible. Fine. So you can print titles. So for example, this is generally not needed for you, but I will just tell you what exactly is this. So this row and this column, normally what happens is this is not fixed, right? This is not the header here. So whenever you're giving it for print, this is the first page that will be printed. This is the first page that will be printed. But on the second page, it will start from 2015 like this. It will not have here student A, student B, student C, student B. So if you select this option, print titles, in each and every page, the titles will be the same, right? The titles would appear. Fine. Height, width, and scale. You should make it automatic. Don't change it too much according to the print. You don't have to change it too much. Scale, you can try and change it maybe. If you want, let's say, if you want all of this to be, let's say, about 100% or let's say 85%, so that it can accommodate in one page. But this is actually whenever you are using it for print. Fine. You can have grid lines. You if you don't want, you don't have headlines. You can have headings as well if you want. So if you don't want headings, it's absolutely fine. So let's say that there is one particular shape which is there. So for example, let me just insert a shape here, which can be a rectangle. Fine. So let me just insert a rectangle here. So this rectangle is here, and you want this to send backwards. So you want this to go back. So just go to page layout. If you just click on this, so let's say if you want, you can just send it backward if you want. If you want, this can come in front. Fine. So these things are possible here. It is just similar to Word or PowerPoint, in which we have different texts, in which we have different shapes, and you can have some texts written here. So let's say Sandeep, and then if you have a text box, you can send it backward, or let's say you can bring it forward. I mean, it depends upon you. Fine. Selection pane is not needed for you right now. So this will whatever you have copied or whatever you have selected, it will give you here. It will give you all the objects that you have selected. Fine. Alignment is also typically not necessary for you at this point of time. So in the page layout tab, we have looked at themes, colors, fonts. We have also looked at margins, orientation, size. We have looked at setting of print area, background, breaks, how to insert a page break, bringing forward objects, bringing backward objects. Fine, bringing objects backward. Most of the other things are clearly not necessary for you. I mean, you can obviously check and experiment a lot, but it is clearly not needed for you at the moment. Let's look at review. So review is again very similar. Let's say if you want to review the spelling, you can just click on that and you can have your spell check. You can research something if you want. Let's say if you want to do research something on, let's say, Wikipedia or on Bing. If you want, you can also search in Google here. Factiva iWorks is there. These have different dictionaries. So basically, if you want to do something like that, even that is possible. And this is thesaurus. Thesaurus is basically synonyms. If you want a synonym of a particular word, you can select any particular cell. And once you select any particular cell, then it will give you the thesaurus of that particular cell. So then you can also translate it to any other language. The important thing about reviewing is that, for example, I have this particular document with me right now, and I want to give it to my teacher, and the teacher will be giving some comments. So for example, let's say this figure is erroneous. So he can just write a comment here. So he'll say this figure is wrong. Check it. So this is a comment. I mean, this is very simple. I mean, as soon as you click on that, as soon as you bring the cursor over this particular red dot, it will give you a comment that Imtiaz says that this figure is wrong, and we need to check it. So this is there. You can add a new comment as well if you want. You can add a comment anywhere that you want. So this is right. You can add a comment anywhere, and so you can in fact modify the comment as well. If you right click on this, you can delete comment, you can edit comment, you can show or hide comments. All these things are possible, right? So this is the comment. If you remember, protect sheet, protect workbook, or share workbook. This is related to the file section of info page. So you can basically create a password, or you can create any particular cells as well if you want. Even that is possible. So let's not get into all these details for the moment. So from review, the most important parts are you can spell check your entire document, and you can add comments. So these are the two most important features of review. With view, let's look at view here. So this is a normal view, and when we can take a page break view. So this is actually how it will be printed. These are the page breaks which are inserted here, and then this is a separate page. Let's go to normal view again, and you can also see the page layout. So this is how the page layout would look like. Currently this is in normal, so 0.75. The distance between header and the topmost margin is 0.75, which is the normal. So this is the normal page layout for us. If you want, you can have grid lines. If you don't want these are the grid lines. If you don't want, just click on this and it will disappear. So similarly, if you want a formula bar, so this is the formula bar here. If you don't want the formula bar, it will disappear. If you want it, it will appear. Similarly, for headings, we don't want the headings, it will disappear, right? So these are the headings, fine. You can zoom your document if you want to, let's say 200%. Just possible, just click on this, or alternatively, you can use the zoom feature as well in here. Fine. So this is also possible. Zoom to selection, 100% zoom is there. Okay, now so this is all these are zooming functions plus viewing functions. I'll tell you one more spectacular thing about Microsoft Excel, which is you can view different portions of the Excel sheet in different windows. So for example, let's say you want a new window. So this is an Excel window which is there in front of you. You want another window. If you just click on this, you would be getting two windows. So you have two windows in front of open in front of you, right? Exactly the same document, two windows. So these are the two windows which are open, right? So if you want, you can work with two windows at the same time, and you can arrange that as well. Fine. So let's see. If you want, you can arrange these windows of active workbook as well. So let's say you have a new window here, and you want to arrange the windows. Let's say if you want horizontal. So even this is possible. See. So basically, what I'm suggesting is that you can change a lot of these things. Fine. So let's say you are working with the figure here, and you can also arrange it like this. So you can work with the figure here as well. So all this is possible, right? So let's just even this is possible. Let's say you have you're working with some data here, and you want to just check it again. So you opened a new window, and you can check it again here. So this is possible, right? And so let's just share the sheet again, and there's some problem with the sharing of the sheet. I'll just check it once more. So I just want to share this sheet with you right now. I hope all of you can see the sheet right now. So we were looking at that, and so there's another interesting thing that I want to point out to all of you, which is freezing of panes. Now, for example, let's have some more data here. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to copy and paste this data, and I'm going to paste it here, so that when we scroll down, we normally face some issues. So what is the heading here? The heading is year, student A, student B, student C. And as we scroll down, we normally do not see what is the heading. This is a common problem, right? So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to freeze one row so that when I scroll downwards, I can see the title. So what I should do is, I should select the second row. So basically the row that I want to see even after scrolling downwards, I have to select one row below that. So let's see. You can freeze top row, or you can freeze first column. So let's see, I'm freezing first top row. So I have frozen this top row right now. So as soon as I scroll down, you can see I can see the years. That is possible. What I can do is I can unfreeze that as well. I can also freeze panes. So for example, I want to freeze this particular thing. So this has also been possible. So I can freeze this pane as well. So for example, if you have the same data here, fine. So see, this has completely, I've frozen this pane here. You can simply, scroll down or up, and you can see a lot of these things, fine. So even all these things are possible. So let me unfreeze this particular thing. If you want, you can freeze the top column as well. If you freeze the top column, you can just scroll to the right, and the first column will be frozen. Right? So all these things are possible, right? Now, if you want, you can split also. Let's unfreeze the panes. If you want, you can split the screens as well. So fine. If you want, you can split the screens as well. So if you have, let's say, larger data here, see you have two screens here. So you have split your screen into two. This is what is meant by split. If you want, you can hide both, and if you want, you can unhide both of these things, right? So all these things are possible in this. You can switch windows as well, but we currently have only one window with us, so we'll not be able to do that. So basically, all these functions and features are there. So if you want, if you have some data in one file, and if you want to check, you are working on this data set, and if you want to check again, what you can do is basically you can have two Excel sheets open in the same window. That is possible. So this is how it is possible, right? So these are the features of review, view, and page layout. And in the next video, I'll be covering formulas and data, which will be helpful for you. And I would be covering the most basic formulas and the data, which is necessary for you in college life and which is necessary for you in professional life. So this is a basic version of Excel being taught to you, and we would be covering the advanced level in a separate video. So thank you so much for listening to this particular video, and we shall look forward to meet again in the next video. Thank you so much.